A very good evening to all the 12th standard students of St. John's. In this 7th chapter, we almost are in the fag end of the chapter. We have seen what is meant by monotonicity, that is intervals of monotonicity, which means at what interval the function is increasing and what interval the function is decreasing. That we know how to find out now. And after finding intervals of monotonicity, we learned the concept of finding local extrema, which is nothing but local maximum and local minimum. Using the monotonicity table itself, we will try to find out local maximum and local minimum. If you remember, that is when f dash of x changes from positive to negative, we will say it is local maximum. F dash of x changes from negative to positive means then we will say it is called local minimum, right? Accordingly, we will find the local maximum and minimum value. And also after that we saw concavity and then points of inflection. For finding monotonicity and local extremum, just we need to differentiate the function only once. It is enough. Then we can easily find out monotonicity and local extremum. But when we are asked to find concavity and points of inflection, we have to differentiate the given function 2 times. After differentiating 2 times, we will equate it to 0 and find out the numbers. Then draw the number line, put the table. Accordingly, we will find out where it is concave upward and where it is concave downward. And the point at which the function changes from concave upward to concave downward, or concave downward to concave upward, that point is called as point of inflection. So we need to substitute that point in the given function, and together value is called point of inflection. And finally, we saw how to find local minimum and local maximum using second derivative test also. Using second derivative test, we can still able to find out local maximum and local minimum. We have seen 2 problems based on it, how to find local extremum using second derivative test. What we will do, we will differentiate one time, we will put equal to 0, that is f dash of x equal to 0, find out the critical numbers, find out f double dash of x, you substitute the critical number in f double dash of x. If the answer is positive, local minimum. If the answer is negative, then we will say the function attains local maximum. So these are all the concepts that we have seen in the past few classes. So we recalled it. In this class, we are going to see the application problems based on these concepts, based on this increasing and decreasing, that is, and local extremum. We are going to see the application part of those concepts. So the heading is applications in optimization. Optimization is nothing but the concept of local extremum and the concept of absolute extremum and the concept of monotonicity. So using that to get optimal result, that is called applications in optimization. So in order to get perfect result, we are going to apply the concept that we know, that we have learnt before. And once again, the applications, only by seeing the problems we are going to analyze how we are applying the local extremum concept to solve real life problems. Question number 52. Find 2 positive numbers whose sum is 12 and their product is maximum. What is the question? We need to find 2 numbers. Those numbers should be positive numbers. Find 2 positive numbers whose sum is 12 and their product is maximum. Conditions was given to us very clearly. If we add the 2 numbers, the answer should be 12. If we multiply those 2 numbers, the answer should be the maximum answer. This is the condition given to us. So we are taking the 2 numbers as x and 12 minus x. You can ask, why sir 12 minus x? Because when we add the 2 numbers, answer is 12. So if one number is x, the other number can be easily find out by subtracting from 12. 12 minus x. Hope you will understand. One number is x, other number is what? From 12 you subtract this number, you will get the other number. So since the sum is 12, so the two numbers are taken as what? X and 12 minus x. Suppose if the sum is 10, what we will do? X and 10 minus x, like that. So x and 12 minus x are the two numbers. We need the product to be maximum. So first we will write what is the product. Product, the symbol that we are giving as p. Product p is equal to, multiply these two numbers. Product means multiplication. So x into 12 minus x. Bring this x inside. So you will get this. So this is product function. P is equal to 12x minus x square, product function. We want this to be maximum. So what we are doing is, first derivative, that is we are differentiating product function. So it becomes p dash of x, 12x 12, x square differentiation 2x, right? So this is first differentiation, first derivative. Put first derivative equal to 0. This is what we will do while finding what? Local extremum also. P dash of x equal to 0. So this equal to 0. Simplifying, we will get the x value as 6. So this is called critical number, right? Because we have seen so many problems of similar kind, we know very well this number is called critical number because it makes the first derivative 0. So after finding the critical number, we need to find the second derivative of the product function. That is, I have to find p double dash of x. So I need to differentiate this one more time, this line one more time. So p dash of x becomes p double dash of x, 12 becomes 0, 2x becomes 2 with the minus sign, so minus 2. So second derivative value is minus 2. Now I am going to substitute the critical number in place of x. So at x is equal to 6, that is at the critical number, what happens for p double dash of x? The same answer will come, because if there is no x to substitute, so this alone we have to write. At x equal to 6, p double dash of x is same minus 2, which is a negative number. Since this is negative, just now we discussed, if it is negative, we will say the function attains maximum. You just see this product. I am not writing p dash or p double dash. P, the product function. Since this value is negative, the product function we defined attains maximum only when x is equal to 6. Could you able to understand? So one number, now we got the answer. We have taken the two numbers like this. One number, the answer we got here. With what condition we got this? The product attains maximum at x is equal to 6. We need product to be maximum. When it is obtained, only if x is equal to 6, product will be maximum. So substitute the 6 here. So the two numbers are 6 and what is the next number? 12 minus 6, which means 6 and 6 are the two positive numbers. Shall we check whether the answer is correct or not? You just take this. What is 6 plus 6? 12. So sum is 12. Product is maximum. Suppose if I am taking 4 and 8, then also the sum will be 12. 4 plus 8 will be 12. But what is product? 4 into 8 is 32. Here see the product, 6 into 6, 36. This will be the maximum. This product is not maximum because this is the maximum value. Even I can say 10 and 2 are the two numbers whose sum is 12, but product is 20, which is not maximum. This is the maximum. So try to understand what we have found out. Okay, we will go for the next sum. Question number 53. Find two positive numbers whose product is 20 and their sum should be minimum. Almost like a previous problem. We need to find two positive numbers. If we multiply, the answer should be 20. If we add, the sum should be minimum. So what we do? Let the two positive numbers be x and y. There we have take x and 12 minus x because sum is given. Here also we can do, but we can do even like this also. Let the two numbers be x and y. What is given? Product should be 20. So x into y should be equal to 20. Or I can write y equal to 20 by x, taking this as first equation. So this is given. Now I am going to write product once again. Product P. We are giving a symbol. P is equal to, we should multiply the two numbers x into y. What is the other condition? Sum should be minimum. So I am again telling sum and giving the symbol as s. What does sum means? Addition. So add the two numbers x plus y. We want this function to be minimum. So what we have to do? Differentiate. Before differentiating, we are substituting y is equal to 20 by x here. Would you able to understand that? How 20 by x comes? By equation number 1. So from equation 1, replacing y as 20 by x. Now differentiating, s becomes s dash. Differentiation of x1 and differentiation of 1 by x. I am going to write the answer here. 1 by x, if I am differentiating, the answer is minus 1 by x square. This is differentiation answer. 1 by x differentiation answer is minus 1 by x square. So applying that here, 1 by x becomes minus 1 by x square. That 20 will stay. So this is first derivative. What we will do? Put equal to 0. First derivative equal to 0. So this equal to 0. This comes to other side positive. Cross multiplying. Square comes other side square root. Root 20 can be written as 2 root 5. So after this is called what? Critical number, yes or no? I can write this 2 root 5 is nothing but critical number. Will you agree? After finding critical number, what we will do? We will go for the second differentiation. S double dash of x. So this is s dash of x. Differentiating again, s double dash of x. 1 becomes 0. 1 by x square is there, right? Now again I am going to write the formula for differentiation. 1 by x square. If you differentiate, the answer is minus 2 by x cube. So this is the differentiation formula. 1 by x square means answer is minus 2 by x cube. Already what is present here? Minus 20 by x square is present. If I differentiate 1 by x square, what is the answer? Minus 2 by x cube. Already minus 20 is present. With that you multiply minus 2. So it becomes what? 40 by, I think I have to change here, 40 by x cube. Try to understand. This is the first derivative. If we differentiate again, 1 becomes 0. Minus 20 you just leave it. See 1 by x square. Differentiation answer is minus 2 by x cube. Minus 20 is also there. So minus 20 into minus 2, 40 divided by x cube. Right? So since s double dash of x is equal to 40 by x cube. In this value, I am going to substitute this critical number 2 root 5. So when x is equal to 2 root 5, what happens for s double dash of x? S double dash of x is equal to, I should change here also, 40. So 40 by what? What is x value? 2 root 5. That is x cube is there, no? Instead of x, I should write 2 root 5 whole cube. So here also positive number, here also positive number. Definitely the answer will be greater than 0, positive. If this is positive, what should I write? The function s attains minimum at x is equal to 2 root 5. We want the sum to be minimum and we obtain the condition. Sum will be minimum only when x is equal to 2 root 5. So we found out one number, 2 root 5. How to find the other number? By substituting this in the first equation. Which one? X equal to 2 root 5. Substitute in the first equation. That is the next line. Now see, substituting x equal to 2 root 5 in equation 1. Y is equal to 20 by x. In place of x, 2 root 5. Simplify like this. 2, 20 cancel, 10. Multiply and divide by root 5. Root 5 into root 5 becomes 5. 5 and 10 gets cancelled, 2. So 2 root 5 is the answer for y. Therefore the two numbers are x is also 2 root 5, y is also 2 root 5. So these are the two positive numbers. Hope first and second sum that we saw today, both are of same model. We will go for the next sum, 54. A garden is to be laid out in a rectangular area and protected by wire fence. What is the largest possible area of the fenced garden? with 40 meter of wire. So meaning of the question is, we are having totally 40 meter of wire. Using this, we need to fence this rectangular area. So what the question is, what is the largest possible area that can be fenced using this wire? We have 40 meter wire. With the help of this 40 meter wire, we should fence a rectangular area. What is the largest possible area? That is the question. Are you able to understand? So I can say, since we are going to use 40 meter of wire to fence the rectangle, I can take that as this 40 as perimeter, because perimeter means going around the border once. So we are using 40 meter of wire means perimeter is equal to 40. Perimeter of rectangular formula is 2 into L plus B. This we have studied in 5th standard and 6th standard itself. Perimeter of a rectangle, 2 times length plus breadth. 2 into L plus B equal to 40. Cancelling, L plus B 20, or B can be written as 20 minus L. Try to understand. Now what I am going to do is, let the length of the rectangle be X. So we are giving another symbol. Length of the rectangle is denoted as X. So what happens for breadth? 20 minus length is taken as X. So 20 minus X. Right? Now what is area of rectangle? Why we are interested in area? Because we want largest possible area. We want area to be maximum. So we are writing area formula. Area A is equal to length into breadth. We have taken length as X. Breadth means 20 minus X. Right? Multiplying inside, we are getting area function. We want this to be maximum. So differentiate this. A dash. 20x means 20, x square means 2x with minus. After finding first derivative, what we will do? Put equal to 0. So this equal to 0. Take this to other side. Cancel. X is equal to 10. This is called critical number. I have not written, but we know very well this is called critical number. After finding critical number, we should differentiate twice. Second differentiation. A double dash. This is A dash. If you differentiate this once again, what will happen? 20 becomes 0. Minus 2x becomes minus 2. So this is A double dash value. What is the next step? Substitute or calculate A double dash at this critical number, x equal to 10. So we are going to calculate A double dash when x is equal to 10. So when x is equal to 10, what happens for A double dash? A double dash is only number, so it will remain as it is, minus 2, which is a negative number. Many times we told negative means this function A, area, attains maximum at x is equal to 10. So the condition we obtained is, if we want the area to be maximum, x value should be 10. What is x? Length, right? So substitute length is equal to 10 in breadth. What is breadth formula? 20 minus L. L means length. Length is 10, right? B is 20 minus x. X value is 10. So B is equal to 10. So maximum area, how to calculate? Rectangle area is length into breadth. Now we know what is length and what is breadth. Length is also 10. Breadth is also 10. So 10 into 10 is 100 meters square. This is the maximum area that we can fence using a 40 meter wire. So what is the answer that we have obtained? We have 40 meter wire length, right? A wire of length 40 meter. Using 40 meter wire, we can maximum fence an area of rectangle which is equal to 100 meters square. That is the answer. Question number 55. A rectangular page is to contain 24 centimeters square of print. The margins at the top and bottom of the page are 1.5 centimeter and the margins at the other side of the page is 1 centimeter. What should be the dimensions of the page so that the area of the paper used is minimum? So you understand the meaning of the question through this diagram. This entire diagram is called the paper, and this rectangle present inside is called printed area. What is given in the question? The rectangular page is to contain 24 centimeters square of printed area. So the printed area is given to be 24 centimeters square. Margins at the top and bottom are 1.5 centimeters. So this margin and this margin are of length 1.5 centimeter. Margins at the other side, so these sides should have a margin of 1 centimeter. So this is 1 centimeter, this is 1 centimeter. What is the question now? What should be the dimensions of the page? This is the page. What is the dimension? What is the length of the page? What is the breadth of the page? That is the question. So that the area of the paper used, is minimum. Keep this in your mind. Area to be minimum, we need to find the dimensions of the paper. Shall we move to the answer now? This is the diagram which I have explained. So first we are taking length of printed portion. So this in between portion, that is the inner rectangle, this is called a printed portion, the length of which is taken as x and the breadth is taken as y. Breadth means this length. This is x, this is y. That is what is written here. Therefore, what will be the area? Area of this rectangle is what? Length into breadth, x into y, which is given as 24 centimeters square. Yes or no? Now, I am going to ask you one more question. What will be the length of this paper? This means printed area. This fully means it is the paper. Are you able to understand? What is the length of the paper? This one, right? What is the length of this? Shall I say this is x? This is 1, this is 1. So, this length will be x plus 2. Are you able to understand how it is? Because if I take this to this, if I keep a point from here to here, the distance will be x. And here it is 1, here it is 1. So, x plus 2 is nothing but length of the paper. Similarly, this is y. And this is 1.5, this is 1.5. So this will be y plus 3 because 1.5 plus 1.5 is 3. So this length will be y plus 3, which is nothing but breadth of the paper. So length of the paper is x plus 2. Breadth of the paper means y plus 3. That is the thing that we should know from the diagram. So we are going to write those things in the next line. Now see, that is what I have written. xy is equal to 24. This means area of the rectangle, which is printed area. So from this, y can be written as 24 by x. We are taking that as equation number 1. And again from the diagram, length of the paper is given by x plus 2. Breadth of the paper is y plus 3. How I have explained you in the diagram. So area of the paper means full paper. A is equal to length into breadth. So multiply these two brackets, you will get this. Simplify. Xy means what? 24. Xy means 24. 24 plus 6 is 30. 3x plus 2y. And xy plus 6 is 30 because xy is 24. So this is called area function, out of which we are going to substitute y. What is y? 24 divided by x. So substitute that in this place. A is equal to 3x plus 2 into, in place of y, substitute 24 by x plus 30. Now, this is called area function. We want this to be minimum. So differentiate this, a dash. 3x becomes 3. What is the differentiation for 1 by x? Again, I am going to write the differentiation answer for 1 by x. If we differentiate 1 by x, the answer is minus 1 by x square. So use that formula here. 3x becomes 3. 1 by x becomes minus 1 by x square. 2 into 24 is 48. And the constant becomes 0. So first, after finding first derivative, put equal to 0. So this equal to 0. Bring this to other side. 3 and 48 if you cancel, 16 you will get. So x square equal to 16, which means x is equal to plus or minus 4 will come, but we will take only positive value because length, x means length. So we will take only 4, which is called critical number. So after finding critical number, what we will do? Second derivative, a double dash of x. 3 becomes 0. What is the differentiation answer for 1 by x square? 1 by x square differentiation answer is minus 2 by x cube. Yes or no? Minus 2 by x cube. So 3 becomes 0. 48 minus will remain. 1 by x square, the answer is minus 2. by x cube. So minus 2 and minus 48 becomes 96 by x cube. You substitute this critical value at this a double dash of x. So when at x equal to 4, what happens for a double dash of x? 96 by 4 power 3. Positive, positive. So the answer is positive. Positive means what is the meaning? The function attains, that is area attains minimum at the point x equal to 4. So only the area of the paper is minimum when the x value is 4. X is 4 means we can substitute 4 here and easily we can find out y value. So y is equal to 24 by 4, cancelling 6 is the answer. Now we are going to write the dimensions of the page. This is the question that was asked to us. The dimensions of the page. What is the length of the paper? X plus 2. So the dimensions are x plus 2 and y plus 3. Out of which we know x now. 4 plus 2, 6. Y plus 3 means 6 plus 3, 9. So the dimensions are 6 centimeter, that is length of the paper should be 6 centimeter, breadth of the paper should be 9 centimeter, which is the answer for this problem. Going to the next sum. Problem number 56. Find the dimensions of the rectangle with maximum area that can be inscribed in a circle of radius 10 centimeter. The question is very simple. A circle is present whose radius is 10 centimeter. We need to find the dimensions of the rectangle. So this is ABCD is the rectangle. The rectangle is inscribed in the circle. The rectangle is present inside the circle. We need to find the dimensions of this rectangle so that the area of this rectangle should be the maximum one. Hope you would have understood the question. Again I repeat, circle is there. Radius of the circle is 10 centimeter. We need to inscribe a rectangle inside this circle. We need to find the dimensions of this rectangle, that is length and breadth we need to find out. Such that what is the condition? The area of this rectangle should be the maximum. That is the condition. Okay, now see the diagram properly. I have drawn the circle and one rectangle is present inside the circle. And definitely this is the radius. ABCD is the rectangle, O is the origin, x-axis and y-axis. Clearly OC is called a radius whose length is 10. And we have marked this angle also as alpha, so that we can easily point out what is C. Since this angle is alpha and this length is 10, this point automatically becomes 10 cos alpha, 10 sin alpha. You know very well how it is, using Pythagoras theorem. By taking sin theta and cos theta. By taking sin alpha and cos alpha, we can say this length is called 10 cos alpha. Which length? From O to this point. 10 sin alpha, what is that y length? From O to this point. So since this length is 10 and angle is alpha, this becomes 10 cos alpha and 10 sin alpha. Now see, length CB. CB means from this to this. Yes or no? From this to this. The length is given by 20 sin alpha. I think I have written it wrongly. We will write like this, that is C, instead of writing CB, this is CD. So this is CD and this is CB. You just try to understand from the question. This is called length. Even this I have to change, because CD means from here to here. That is called length, which is given by 20 cos alpha. How means? From this point to this point, the answer is 10 cos alpha. So from here to here, another 10 cos alpha. So total length is 20 cos alpha. Similarly, this 10 sin alpha means from this point to this point, the answer is 10 sin alpha. If we want the breadth from here to here, so 10 sin alpha, another 10 sin alpha, it becomes 20 sin alpha. That is called breadth. CB is called breadth, CD is called length. So 20 cos alpha, 20 sin alpha. From the diagram I have written these two. Now what is area of this rectangle? We want area to be maximum. So we are finding out area of the rectangle. A is equal to length into breadth. So length into breadth. Multiplying 400 cos alpha sin alpha 400 is split as 200 into 2, where 2 sine alpha cos alpha formula is sine 2 alpha. So this is called area function. We want this to be maximum, so differentiate that. First derivative means differentiation of sine 2 alpha. I'll write the formula here. Sine 2 alpha. If we differentiate, answer is 2 cos 2 alpha. So when we differentiate, the answer is 2 cos 2 alpha. So 200 will remain. This is called, this has, using the formula, this is written as sine 2 alpha. A dash means differentiating. Sine 2 alpha differentiation is 2 cos 2 alpha. Another 200 is there. So 200 into 2 becomes 400 cos 2 alpha. After finding first derivative, what usually we will do? Put equal to 0. So this equal to 0. Definitely 400 not equal to 0. Therefore cos 2 alpha should be 0. Which means this 2 alpha should be equal to 90 degree, because cos 90 only 0. So 2 alpha equal to 90, from which alpha is equal to pi by 4. This is called critical number. So after finding critical number, what we will do? Second differentiation. So differentiating this again, cos 2 alpha differentiation is what? Minus 2 sine 2 alpha, which means minus 800 sine 2 alpha. That is what we are going to. So a double dash is equal to minus 800 sine 2 alpha. Substitute the critical number here. What is critical number? Alpha equal to pi by 4. So a double dash equal to minus 800 sine 2, and in place of alpha pi by 4. Cancelling 2 and 4 becomes sine pi by 2, which is 1. So minus 800, which is a negative number. Negative comes means what we have to write? The function, area function A attains maximum when alpha equal to pi by 4. So when the angle is pi by 4 only, the area of the rectangle will be maximum. So now we will find the dimensions. What is length of the rectangle given? 20 cos alpha. What is alpha now? Pi by 4. 20 into cos 45, 1 by root 2. So 20 by root 2, multiply and divide by root 2. Root 2 into root 2 becomes 2. 20 gets cancelled. 10 root 2 is the length of the rectangle. Breadth of the rectangle, what is the formula? 20 sine alpha. It is written in the first line after the diagram. You refer that. In place of alpha, put pi by 4. Sine 45 is also equal to 1 by root 2. So again same simplification, 10 root 2 is the answer. So what can we say the answer as? The dimensions of the rectangle are length is equal to 10 root 2 centimeter. Breadth is equal to 10 root 2 centimeter. So we can say even one more thing. This rectangle is not a rectangle, even I can call it as a square, because length and breadth are equal. So even we can call it as a square. I think you will understand. Problem number 57 we will continue in the next video. So don't forget to see that also.